wish, on some, because obviously he's still getting money every time his songs are played, and he probably is going to get spiked now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but I wish you could press a button on Spotify and just say anything by this artist ever. I don't want to hear it.
You should be able to do
That's
that.
an
They need to come up with that.
Like, seriously,
They need to come up with that.
They really do.
Just like put a person. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd
Like
love
block
that.
them.
Just
Just
block
block
them.
them. I don't want.
I would love that.
In playlists, anything.
Nothing.
Like, I just don't
Nothing.
want.
They've written, nothing. They've produced,
They've
nothing.
produced nothing.
They're gonna do this next year. They're gonna do this. You
Copyright by Sade at Your Aunties Could
You
Never.
gotta pay the pod.
Welcome to Your Aunties Could Never. I'm Auntie AK and I'm here with...
Auntie Farah.
Auntie Nana.
And Auntie Sade.
And guess what, guys? We're in a new home. We're at the Hive in Garden Studios. Now, guys, if you want a space to record your podcast, create new content, rent office space, all that good stuff, details will be coming soon. But remember, you heard it here first. Garden Studios, West London, baby.
Oh,
Technically,
wow.
it's Northwest London, but still.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
We won't hate.
Yeah.
And
But
just for you lot's benefit as well, this is my second hat, so I'm wearing 2 hats today because the garden is my home. One of the places that I
Auntie Farah runs the Garden Studios.
manager of many things, as my Instagram profile says.
Yay. Guys, how you doing? How you feeling, aunties?
Good.
good, man.
Good. This is
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah?
I'm actually really good.
I'm very
Happy hunting home?
comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really comfortable.
Yeah.
Everybody's cushy?
Yeah, I am. I'm literally.
I know you got
like,
a good spot.
I know. Always.
It's like nothing
Thank
hasn't
you.
really changed greatly. Like we're still in our formation.
We
Yeah,
are.
that's what you
I
I
always
just
don't
like
are.
that we just do it.
Yeah.
You know.
Doesn't
me
interrupt
and my
nothing.
neurodivergent brain was just like, okay,
Don't worry, I got
it's
you.
gonna be a big jump,
Oh.
but I'm actually alright. I'm alright. I'm in my corner.
I'm good.
Do you know what I mean?
I
It
like
feels
it.
familiar, so I'm all good.
Okay, good.
And I do
Yeah.
like my solo chairs. Like,
Yeah, me too.
this is- yeah.
Yeah, we do.
I'm also very happy. It just feels like normal.
Excellent. Fun times.
Alrighty, Auntie Farah, take it away.
Oh yeah, the game. Let the games
game.
begin.
God.
So, calm down.
No, because
I feel like
Okay.
the game's
competition.
over.
Oh, no, this one is a
what
competition
is
as
it?
well.
Oh, really?
God, yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
You
that,
don't make
doesn't
me not want to play this game. I swear down.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Are you
Yeah,
good now?
yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to pick a random letter then.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
fine.
that's fine.
F for Farah.
Okay.
Okay.
Country.
France.
Frankfurt.
No.
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 City, isn't it?
Finland.
City.
Frankfurt.
City.
Oh, man. I'm going to say France.
Auntie Nana. City.
That's coming to my head as foreign.
Animal.
Frog.
Auntie Nana.
Oh, my God. What's happening?
Body part.
Feet.
Face.
Fingers.
Job.
Frank.
What? What?
Franken machine operative.
That
That
doesn't
is a
exist.
reach. That's a big reach.
But it is.
Come on,
don't
no,
exist.
it's not really a job.
It is. If I look it up and find it, then what?
Brand.
Fendi.
Farah jeans.
Far out.
What?
No, it's true. Famous person.
Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean was in my head.
Frank Sinatra.
That's not an answer.
Clothing.
It's not.
Clothing.
Clothing. Oof.
Funnel
Yeah.
neck jumper.
Footless tights.
Chemical element.
Oh, fuck this, man.
Oh God. I don't know.
All right, none of you. Sport.
So sport. Fencing.
Fuse ball.
Football.
Okay, and at the end of that round, the winner is Auntie Sade.
Thank you.
Closely followed by Auntie Nana, and Auntie AK is last.
Was I?
You were.
Did I?
You
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
were. You were last.
that's okay.
Okay.
My
Mate.
brain doesn't work on demand anymore, boy.
I feel like your brain just don't work.
It doesn't work. Well, it does work fine. I'm functioning, okay? All right, who's our enemy of progress?
Okay. All right. So there's a post going around, yeah, and this woman, and what she was saying was she's been going to a church for 26 years and she's fallen on hard times like most people, cost of living crisis and all of that jazz. And she went to the church for a loan and they said, you haven't put in enough for us to give you a loan. And then she found out that tithes are counted when you're giving in your envelope, there is somebody doing accountancy on how much you're tithing.
Yeah.
See, you knew this. I didn't know this. There was bare Christians in there, and I was like, yeah, that's standard. Like, you can't just take out. But what happened to Christian charity?
I mean,
So
there's
because
other
of
charities.
this,
There
I
are
feel like
other
this
charities.
is an enemy of progress.
Yeah, that behaviour is an enemy of progress.
What?
I feel like that's
The
just
church
not
should
very
help.
Christian.
It is
Yeah,
unchristian.
it's not very Christian. See, I don't know about that type of Christianity because I go to a Catholic church and we put shekels in a basket and no one's counting how many shekels I put in a basket. There are some people that do envelopes and you can do direct debit if that's what you choose, but it's not like anyone's going around counting, Farah only put £3 in there today. They're lucky if I put anything sometimes because cost of living. But I didn't know about that. It kind of like, it's mad that she goes to church. She's been going to church this often because it should be about
Almost her whole life.
Right, it should be
One
about
parish.
you being part of the community and being in the faith. It shouldn't be, you didn't put in enough. You didn't put in on this. It shouldn't be that, should it really?
That's super church behaviour.
Is she American or?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
that happens over here too.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
super
Yeah,
churches.
no, I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying, like, obviously, like, their system is different. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a bit more robust in terms of how the churches make money, how they get tax write-offs, all that kind of stuff. So they have to account for everything. And if you haven't, I don't know, mate. I don't know. Maybe I'm unpopular here, but if you haven't put in, how are you taking out?
It's just, you know what?
Serious.
In a business, makes sense. But in the spirit of what church is about, it goes against everything, I think. In any other situation, I understand if you haven't put on this and you're expecting a reward, it kind of can be a bit murky. But church is supposed to be church. It's supposed to be, if you're in need, come together as a community and support the person in need.
You know what I mean? But I do think, like, if you only put in a dollar and I'm putting in 100, like,
Then that means you only get $1 worth.
maybe it is, there's levels to it, but like, and also have you been consistent and stuff and everything like that? Like, where, I don't know.
I
don't think it's
supposed
cut
to be.
and dry.
It's
I
just
think
I
it's
kind of
cut and
do,
dry.
because
I think
shouldn't
so.
it be? Yeah, the
Christian
whole reason why
values.
you're putting in the pot is to support the church,
Yeah.
right? To like, if there's a church, if the roof needs to be fixed or something
Maybe.
like that,
Yeah.
right? It's to support the church and the people that need it,
Yeah.
that go to the church.
The
So
congregation.
it should not be about how much money you've put in. That to me sounds kind of mad.
Yeah.
How much did she want?
She didn't say.
What was the issue again?
She's just fallen on hard times.
Why are you laughing?
Why?
Why is that true?
because
No,
it's
you
just
are
the way
No,
you
you
said
can
it.
explain.
That's not very Christian.
I'm not a Christian.
I don't know why that made you laugh at all. I have no idea.
It made me laugh because it was so ambiguous. That's why it's like I've fallen on hard times. Can I get some money, please? It kind of made me laugh in that respect. But
I mean, she might have said more to them.
regardless
innit?
of the fact, it's not Christian to say that you haven't put in enough, so you can't get. That's not Christian.
Okay, maybe it's not Christian, but I don't necessarily disagree. It's like a hardship. She's applying for a hardship loan.
Yeah.
Basically.
from her
But
church.
from
From her
church.
church, yeah. I was shocked at the fact that you didn't know they were counting the money against
No,
your
I
name.
didn't. I thought that was a part of being a part of a church community, that you put money in and when you need something, you can get a little help from your church community. I thought that was one of the perks to being a Christian, no?
I remember going to a church and they'd big up the ones that gave £100 this month and or whatever. So the people get shouted extra blessings for the ones that gave more. There's a competition. It's not good. All of it.
I
Enemy
mean,
of
it's a
progress.
business.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
business.
If it's a business,
it shouldn't
yeah.
be that.
It
No,
shouldn't
but
be
I
that.
mean, but how can it? I don't know. Like, in terms of like, if it's organizing people, bringing the community together, why shouldn't it be that? I don't get it. Like, it has to.
It's literally like the
because-
opposite of what Jesus was preaching.
Yeah, if you're going to buy into a whole institution of religion, that is not what it's about.
I think it needs to be reflective of modern day, to be honest, and
It just needs to then
be
that's why
organized
people
and
aren't
be
going
able to help
church.
people. Do you know what I mean? Like, and at the end of the day, if they know how much she's put in and it isn't enough to get to,
And round it up that this is one big massive enemy of progress because we can't get together on
I
it.
don't know. It's
dissent.
Nana's enemy of progress.
I'm
and-
with you, though.
And,
I'm with
and
you.
Farah.
It's an
Okay.
enemy of progress.
No,
for
no.
me.
to Charlie, this is completely
is like, no.
This is business.
progressive.
It's business.
This is
how
okay.
this is how you progress.
my enemy of progress, I'm putting into what are we putting them into? Do they go in a room, into a bucket, hellfire?
Off the cliff.
What is it? Off the cliff?
Off the
They're
cliff.
just banned.
Kind of.
Nah,
off
man,
the
they
cliff.
go off the cliff.
Off the cliff.
Dead.
Okay.
Let's see.
They did
But
it.
we've
Yeah,
got
man,
to
we push them off the
assess who
cliff.
it is first before we push them.
Yeah.
Who you put in?
Get locked in a
So
room.
I am pushing Maureen Kelly, who is the CEO of Tarte Cosmetics. I'm pushing
Oh,
her
yes.
Yeah.
off the cliff because I think her and her company have absolutely taken, like, they've caused a scandal. Yeah, in, you know, the girls, the influencer black girls, they're fighting at the moment. They're fighting all over TikTok. She's caused a scandal. Her company has caused a scandal, and it seems that she's got away with it scot-free. And no. So everyone might be ignoring it, but no, for us, you're enemy of progress. So just a quick synopsis of what happened. Basically, Tarte had this brand trip. They invited some people, but kind of tiered them, and they didn't necessarily know. So this girl, Bria, who's a black influencer, she was supposed to go on the trip, and she said that because it was tiered, she wasn't going to go. Now, it just did so happen that she misread her email. So it wasn't tiered as what she said. However, the company has been known for discriminating against black creators. Not that even their range is very, very, it's not for us.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Jackie Aina has been telling us from at least a good couple of years ago, Tarte is not the one. Wait, so this next girl, Finita, I think, who's very popular on TikTok, she went on the trip as a last minute request, and another girl who's known as Specs and Blazers also went on the trip. Now, they got a lot of heat for going on the trip, and they basically maybe found out that it was a miscommunication from Bria, misreading her email. They found that out, and then they just launched a bit of an attack. Really, that's what it seemed like. Well, not so much Finita, I would say more Specs and Blazers. She stitched Bria's video, was saying, you know, in my day, I would sleep on the train. I would just be grateful to be in a cupboard. This next guy,
I think I remember hearing this. Now you're saying it, it's all
it
coming
was
back
just
to me.
wild. And then she called herself at one point the Harriet Tubman of black influencers. What the fuck?
Who are you freeing,
What the
bitch?
fuck? Do you know what I mean?
Who are you freeing?
Because it ain't us.
Oh,
it
wow.
ain't us.
Wild.
It
Who
was
says that?
ridiculous.
That is crazy.
It was
She also
ridiculous.
should stand next
So
to the enemy of progress.
no.
Yeah.
Well, the
She
thing
needs to get
is,
thrown
off the
off the
cliff.
world.
the
She's
thing
like,
is, yeah, I don't know.
hanging.
I'm not necessarily going to put her in because I think she's got issues. But this Maureen, yeah, decides, sees all this happening, and it decides to do a non-apology while doing a Get Ready With Me video.
The video is crazy.
So you're apologizing. You're a CEO of the whole company, and you're seeing this black girl's pain, and you think, let me just put my mascara and say, oh, I woke up sad.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Are you all right?
The video is so nuts. It's almost like you'd think it was a parody. Somebody
Okay.
pretending to be the CEO.
Yeah.
Right.
It's wild that this
Absolutely.
actually happened. And she put it up.
She put it up, and then she does another video later when she realizes that, you know, maybe that wasn't the way to go. Do you know what I mean?
She checked herself.
And
now.
she checked herself.
Well, people
so,
checked
yeah.
her and then she was like, oh,
Maybe I
maybe.
should've done
Maybe
that.
it shouldn't be.
Okay.
I shouldn't do that. And then she basically does this other video where it seems like she's like talking to a 12-year-old where she's just like, oh yeah, I made a mistake. I'm so sorry. And what I'm gonna do is like, you know, repeat all the initiatives that I said I was going to do for the Black Lives Matter movement. And when we was doing the Black Squares, she just literally repeated the whole thing. Then I just don't even know. She just really took it to a level where it didn't need to be. She starts then saying, oh yeah, and we're going to do more initiatives for disabilities, and we're going to do more initiatives for Latina. Are you right, bro? Just maybe first of all, deal with the issue at hand. Deal with the issue at hand, and then create the list. Do you know what I mean? So I just wasn't, she needs to go.
Yeah.
She needs to go and she needs to pay.
Yeah.
When anybody does these missteps, they actually need to put money
Yes.
in funds, like really. And there's loads more than Black Lives Matter anyway.
Yeah.
Like, do something out.
My
I
enemy
agree.
of process is our favourite MP, Kwasi Kwarteng.
What's he
For
done
his
now?
statement where he said, black people are obsessed with race. Now, this was off the back of our friend, what's her name again? The one from Adjoa, that's it, from Bridgerton, talking about it being so white on the balcony,
Oh,
he
okay.
came out and was like,
What? Sorry. Can I just say she just made a factual
right, she made a
observation.
factual observation. Because it was, wasn't it?
It was.
It was the wording.
Yeah.
Like her saying it was terribly white.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Making a statement.
But my
Yeah.
point is about Kwasi
Mm-hmm.
and him saying that black people are obsessed with race. No, bruv, you need to be obsessed with race because you don't know what you are. You're struggling. So you need to go off the cliff into the water. Hopefully it will save you and you can come out of the water as a black man. Because right now, I don't know what you are and who you're talking to, but you need to stop it. So yeah, he is my enemy of progress because shut your mouth.
I can't stand him, you know.
And the fact that he's letting people say that his name is Kwasi is also an enemy of progress. Is it Kwasi?
Every single
Kwasi.
time. But to say that black people are obsessed with race, like we came up with this construct,
Right?
it's so disgusting. I swear if I
He's
saw him, you know,
boring.
he needs like a one hot
Slap.
slap.
No,
No, he needs a two hand slap.
Oh,
Yes.
Not,
like when you pop
Yes!
someone's
Do you
ear.
know what I
My nerves.
That's
So
like the
jarring.
same person.
Oh.
That's what he needs.
He does.
And was Kemi there nodding her head like
She
a
probably
little
was in the
dog?
back nodding like the Churchill dog, innit? That's what she was probably doing. Yes, yes.
Oh,
The thing is, yeah, the way that like white supremacy like kind of governs every part of our beings and our existence for many, 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 many hundreds of years now. Who's obsessed, bro? Are you guys not obsessed? Seriously.
that's why it's just foolish to even say it. It's like it's the height of lunacy.
And
Yeah.
why does he need to say it?
Because
That's
he
the point.
always
Because
got
he
to say
always has to
something.
do the thing.
That's
Yeah.
my
Chime
thing.
in and
Like,
be-
why is it always you? Why can't you just sit down and shut up?
It's
Like,
embarrassing.
it's so embarrassing.
I know sacking
Oh
him
well,
wasn't
he
enough.
said that black people are obsessed, so they must be because he speaks for all black people. No, you don't, bruv. You don't speak for me. Like I
At all.
said, go off the cliff. Hopefully, in the water, it will save you, and you can come out
Baptized.
a black person,
Baptized.
baptized. Hopefully, that's what he needs. He needs a wash.
He's a black tie.
Black
Just a quick, my quick enemy of progress is Tory Lanez crying in court saying, "Please don't ruin my life. I could be your son. I could be your brother." That was it. It's just like whatever.
I just like that the judge was like, "Shut up," dismissed it.
Dismissed it. The black judge also was like, "Bro,
But you know what? Yeah, I saw that and I just thought, but this is what these types of guys play on.
yeah."
Do you know what I mean? All the time. It's enough. It's
Yeah.
actually enough. People need to wise up, man.
I could be your
Seriously.
brother. I could be your son. And
But
Make
he
it
said,
to be-
please don't ruin my
my
life.
life, yeah.
When you was out there
Yeah,
shooting
shooting
guns.
guns.
Right,
Guns.
saying
Firing
dance,
off.
bitch, dance. Let's not
Yeah.
forget that he said that to her. You
Do
know,
you know what I mean?
dance
Lying on
like he was in
her.
Harlem Nights. Dance,
Allegedly,
bitch, dance.
But yeah.
No alleged. Man's been found
He's
guilty.
been found guilty now.
We
no,
can
but
say
you
he
can't
did
say
it.
he can't say that. Okay, fine.
We can say he did it.
I mean, he's
we're
being
waiting for the
sentenced,
final
innit?
motion.
Let's
to
see
come
if he
through.
gets 20 years. I think he's going to be out in
He's
7.
not going to get 20 years though.
Nah,
I think
doubt he'll
7
get.
years.
Yeah, I doubt he'll get 20 years. For real.
Righty, ladies, what have you heard in these culture and news streets? Who wants to go first?
I could go first. So my story is something I mentioned a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, was that I don't know in the UK. I just don't know what's wrong with our people. But anyway, we had 2 influencers, artists, go to battle in the ring. PAIGEY, CAKEY. I keep calling her PAIGEY Cakes. I don't know why. She decided to box. It's not even a battle. Box Tennessee.
Who came up with it?
Tennessee
though?
Fresh.
Is that her name?
That's
Yeah,
her first.
Tennessee
Oh,
Fresh.
okay.
But
right.
who instigated it? Because they were having like a battle online. Like,
So
weren't they?
yeah, they had they were on a podcast and they had a back and forth because apparently PAIGEY CAKEY's
Moved to her.
fiance
Is that
was
fiance?
trying to move to her when PAIGEY CAKEY was out of the room, and they were just like, no, I would never, you're not my type, this, that, the other kind of thing. It just was very silly.
Yeah.
It just seemed very silly. Anyway, so now she done some sort of diss track and now they're boxing. I just don't know how it escalated to that point. Do you know what I mean? So now they're boxing and it's just like the match took place yesterday. PAIGEY CAKEY won, which was I don't know.
You were surprised by that.
I
weren't
was
you?
surprised.
Yeah,
I was
wasn't.
surprised. Why wasn't you
Because
surprised?
okay.
No, go
I
on.
wasn't surprised because if you look at them, and I know this is all like basing it on looks and that's it.
Yeah.
But if you look at them, PAIGEY Cakes looks like she will beat Tennessee. Tennessee looks like she'll take a
on
beating.
first look.
Just
Yeah.
on first looks.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about these girls other than the kind of stuff that you said.
Yeah.
Even Tennessee, I feel like I've only really known about her in recent times because she's like an influencer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
She went
I
out with
thought
Diggity.
That's why I know
Right.
her.
So
Right.
I thought she was going to go down the kind of like beauty influencer route, but you're doing it.
But I just think the
boxing and
whole thing
ghetto,
was a
like, I
nonsense.
dunno.
I don't know why you lot had to take it to the ring. It just seems mad that you actually went. I mean, must have been money involved.
Yeah,
no, they
yeah.
get paid quite a bit.
Right.
Yeah.
So then maybe that's why they did it, and maybe like the hype was just for them to, because boxing seems to be quite a big thing now.
Yeah.
And it like all these influencers are now doing it, like Love and Hip Hop people.
Yeah.
They've been boxing
Yeah,
as well, innit?
yeah.
So maybe this is like a new way to make money. But on face value, when I looked at PAIGEY Cakes and I looked at Tennessee, I thought, Tennessee, you're gonna get your ass whipped because PAIGEY Cakes looked like she could beat you up.
Yeah.
I thought they were evenly matched in terms of thingy, and then when I saw the training video, I thought, oh, maybe Tennessee's got a chance.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean? But like, I just don't know why either of them would do this in the
it's
first
nonsense.
place. So I guess that was my thing. Like, I just don't like. Why is this happening? Are we going to see more of this? If we're going to see more of these types of fights, they're not the ones I want to see fight. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I want to see Miss R Fabulous.
Oh,
in the
Everyone's
ring,
been saying
I mean,
that.
she was fighting for free the other day, wasn't she?
apparently.
Everyone's been saying that.
Allegedly.
Miss
I mean,
R
the video was
Fabulous
there.
and Lani Good. They're
Oh.
saying they want to see those. Yeah, they were brethren for a minute, like everybody
Now they've
is with.
fallen out.
They fell out
Oh,
numerous
really?
times. So people are saying those two,
Yeah.
they want them in a ring. I could see R Fabulous absolutely doing it. I don't know if Lani Good, because
No,
R
no,
Fabulous
I
is
don't
gonna
think
bust
she
you
would.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Going back to your question, PAIGEY Cakes Key said that Tennessee was the one that put forward the proposal for the boxing match.
Oh.
So yeah, and in the internet streets, everybody's saying that actually they think that Tennessee kind of won because it was all on point.
she came out and said that
Or
she
50-50.
felt
She
like
got
she was
robbed.
robbed.
Yeah.
There was bare comments saying that she got robbed.
Where was this
I
even?
don't know.
Where
I
was,
s- I
where
saw-
was it able to be viewed? Like,
On an app.
the
Oh, it's an
yeah,
app.
yeah,
Okay.
And you got to pay
Yeah.
because KSI was on the bill.
that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
KSI
Deji,
won though,
yeah.
and Deji won.
and Deji won
yeah.
his fight. So,
Mhm.
you know,
Deji won against Swamps.
everybody
But
wins
Swamps,
against Swamps.
KSI beat Swamps, didn't he?
Yes.
And then he went and fought someone else. He did 2 fights in one day because he was like, "You can't chat to me,"
Oh,
and he did 2
wow.
fights. That's
Swamps
how
is the
confident he was
lamest.
that he was gonna be.
Is
this what's happening?
Yes, it's a big thing.
That's what I mean. That's why I said I think like this is the new thing that
Yes.
we're seeing. Like,
It's a whole different
Right.
form of entertainment.
yeah,
Okay,
maybe we're
so
gonna go fight mums up front.
So would that's what I was gonna say.
Exactly.
Would you fight anyone if someone was just like, okay, I'm gonna give you 50 bags to go in the ring?
Oh, my
would you
ears
fight?
pricked up.
How much?
How much?
Are you gonna fight anyone?
100 grand and I'll fight somebody for
You know what she'll do? She'll go in the ring and
Yeah,
be
fall on the
fall to
floor.
the ground.
No,
You gotta
you
pretend.
got to put on a show. You
Yeah.
got to put on a show.
Put
And
'em
you
up.
got to
Put 'em up.
Scrappy do. Yeah, no, I would do it. I would do it. 100 grand.
I think I would do it. I would. Yeah, I would.
No way, I'm not doing it.
Serious?
I'm not doing
I'm
it.
not interested.
Get brain damage.
No,
All it takes is
one
one box.
match.
All it takes is one box, you know.
no, but you're fighting against somebody that's like you, that's trained a little bit.
Yeah.
But what you don't know their level of training though. They could be getting Tyson to train them. You don't know what they're doing.
Are you serious? You wouldn't go in the ring?
I'm not going in the ring. No, I'm
See,
not doing it.
100K.
I'm not doing it. I'm not. No way.
I'm
No,
absolutely
I'm not
doing it, man.
No, I'm not going in the ring.
I
Let's
would.
go.
It's only gonna be how long?
You don't have that hair. If you want to see these two fight,
No, not each other.
We'll fight other podders.
Yeah.
mum's up front.
Depends.
But they got to be 5'4".
No.
5'4". That's
Yeah.
cheating.
That's not cheating. That's my stipulation.
No.
Wait. That's your
That's
stipulation.
bullying. That's bullying.
That's a liberty.
That's actually
Boom.
bullying.
That's a liberty.
You can't do that. That's not evenly
No,
matched.
I'm not. you're
That's
not fighting, are you?
unhonourable.
Yeah, I'm not fighting either. We'll be the chicks by the side going, yay.
Towel.
Yeah, no, not towel
No.
chicks. Like you're going too far now, innit? You're doing too much.
Ring girls, the car.
Yeah.
What
As I
Olivia
said,
was.
no.
No, I'll do that.
You'd be the
You be the ring girl.
Little shorts and
Later
just
to you.
like-
I don't don't want to be the ring girl.
It's a women-friendly space.
I'll just be on the sidelines in the corner saying,
Cheering you on,
"Yay!"
But you know what? Like,
You're doing so well. I'll rub your shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hand you the bucket to spit in.
Yeah, exactly. I'll do all that shit.
you know when they
Got
done
him on the ropes.
when they done the interview. Did you see when they done the interview and they
not
met
seen
each
any of
other?
it.
Okay, they done this interview and it was just like, oh, would you guys shake hands? Yeah, I'll shake her hand. I was just thinking, you're supposed to be enemies.
It was
I
silly.
would definitely give like pantomime a show. Like, I'll be all in the face. I might even do a little rocking the table. Serious, but
Let me at him.
Let me at him. Let me at him.
hold me back, hold me back.
Mate.
But yeah.
It's all over my head and all a nonsense to me. But it was a new form of entertainment.
Yeah,
It is.
making big
Someone's
money.
going to get their ass kicked, though, seriously.
Yeah.
On a different type of level.
Auntie Nana, what have you heard?
Okay, so I have heard about Brian McKnight.
Oh,
You know, he's being heavily criticised at this moment for neglecting his older black children and being in favour of his lighter stepchildren. And so there's been a whole melee of what he's done, how he's neglected his family. He's come back out and been like, you don't know, and I don't care what you guys think. And no, I am not talking to them anymore. And then he's further doubled down and said, I have taken them out of my will. Like, they
He's
are
done
not
the
even
most,
in
yeah.
it, and my stepchildren are in the will. So people
But
are coming to
stepchildren
him.
and children, though. He's got their
Yeah.
their
I
think
step,
he
and
has,
he's got a biological child
yeah,
with the
one
new
child
woman,
with
innit?
her.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them, they're in his will, and he says they are his family, and he has never known love before he met his new wife.
Okay, what's the backstory with the original woman? Like, what's the backstory?
His wife.
The
Apparently,
from the first, the mother.
his wife has also come out now.
Yeah, she has.
And she is literally like, he just made our lives hell. Like, he was a horrible husband. He's a horrible man, horrible father. And thank you guys for kind of
That's the
applying
bit that I
pressure.
saw. I didn't see her actually commenting on the
Yeah,
situation.
she's done interviews
Okay.
before and is literally like,
this is
he
the thing I'm talking about the other
a
day.
horrible man. From when he went after, he had a child on her.
Okay.
So he had an outside marriage child,
How many kids has he got with the original wife?
2.
Okay.
And then he had another daughter with another woman, and his first wife actually took her in.
I was just going to ask, does he
Like,
claim that one?
You are a part.
He don't know
He
none
doesn't
of
speak
them.
to any of those kids. Like,
what's
you
his-
are.
So
a
he doesn't
part of
even
our
claim the
family.
one that he had outside of the
outside.
wife.
That's the
but
one
the wife
that
claims
sued
that
him.
one.
where he alleged that she was having an
Yeah.
affair with somebody that was in the family, and then she sued him and he paid her out. That's
That's
his
outside
daughter.
chick.
Yes, that's his daughter.
Okay, all right. So his original wife, 2 kids. How old are those 2 kids?
Their sons, I think they're like 30 and 40.
Can I
And then
just-
the side chick as well, the side daughter.
Yeah,
Also, he denies all of them.
all of them. He's
Now
not
the
speaking
fucked
to
up
any of
thing,
them.
isn't
Right.
this the case? Like, he's got a son called Brian McKnight Jr.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
And then he
yeah.
had a new
Yeah.
son, and he called him Brian McKnight
Yeah.
Jr. Are
Oh.
you fucking mad?
Yeah, he said.
Wow.
Are
He
you
said.
taking the piss?
He said, "I'm starting again,
yeah,
bro.
wipe that out.
I don't like this. I'm starting again."
Yeah, it's basically what he's done.
So what did his brothers, what did his oldest children do to him that he's cutting them out?
He
Does
said
it-
that they're
No,
lazy.
it doesn't matter. I'm just asking, like, what is his reason?
What he said is that the first time it came out that he was estranged from them, he said that they're lazy and they're bums,
What?
and all they want is his money.
Now, don't get me wrong. Listen, so I'm a bit conflicted. I tell her, like, I'm not conflicted because he's an idiot. I'm not conflicted at all. It's one thing to say that your children are too expected. Like, they want things from you all the time.
Yeah.
You know, they're lazy. They're not doing nothing. They don't appreciate what I've done for them. They just want me to give them money. They don't have any ambition. That's one thing. To actually lock off your kids and make out like you don't have them. When people ask you how many children you have, to not talk about your children, to say that I don't claim them, that's something totally different. It is wild to me. You can say I don't have a relationship with them. You don't need to just completely erase them from your life. That is insane. It's insanity at its core. What type of father are you proving to your new children? What are you showing them? If you can just lock off your firstborns, that is crazy to me. You had a kid and you named him Brian McKnight Jr. You had a next kid with your new family and you named him Brian McKnight Jr. What is wrong with you?
Madness.
I honestly don't think that Brian McKnight is. I just don't understand how he's even got here. Like, you must gash yourself so much to think that this is cool, that you should even come on social media and do these things, because it's unprovoked. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one asks him to put the other names in do you know what I mean, in his bio. No one asks him that. No one asks him to come out and say anything. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you could have been dealing with your things in private. You brought it public. Do you know what I mean? So what the fuck? Like, I can't. I'm not I'm not in favor of people like this at all. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, how it's cruel. It's actually really cruel and very, very damaging to the psyche of the children. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and like, I don't know what kind of woman you are, this second person, to knowing that your new husband has a child called Brian Jr. and you're okay with naming your child Brian Jr. Are you all right? Like, seriously, that's like something wrong with you,
And
man.
also, what type of woman are you? Because I always look at this as well, yeah. I'm never going to be with no man that doesn't chat to his youths.
Yeah.
It's not happening. Yeah, even if you have a fragile relationship with them, but you need to make an effort.
Yeah.
Because they're the children. You can't just be rolling around, not claiming your youths and saying, I've only got 2. Nah, mate, you've got X amount.
There's a level of, but he's doing well by my family, that I think a lot of women are just okay with, because he's taking on her kids, he's buying them cars, paying for their college, and you're just like, but he's looking after my kids. So it's crazy, but he has triggered a lot of people by this new family being, I think they're Filipino, but they're very light. And it's just that thing of like, okay, so you've just neglected your black kids, very similar to 50 Cent. And then you get this new lighter one and you're like, this is the skies and the moon, and I'm totally in love with them. I think that's why there's so much venom towards him.
I think that's part of it, to be honest. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, you can't ignore that you don't like a actual reflection of you that you actually created. Like, do you know what I mean? And like, I just don't think, I know Brian, like, I mean, he's got any time. He's got a couple tunes. He's got a couple tunes. But like, but legends.
No, but it's like
that's a stretch for me.
Oh, really?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
like, you're all right.
you.
You're okay. I'm talking, like, I'm saying, like, for me, like, a legend is too much. Like, do you know what I mean? You're all right.
I kind of get what you're saying.
You're not accolade.
Because for me, I'm not a big Brian McKnight fan. It's always confused me by this obsession that some people have. I get it if that's your thing.
He has wild fans.
Yeah, he does. He absolutely does. But for me, I've always been a bit like, really? Brian McKnight? Okay.
I think how he lands for people is that, especially in America, he's a very big staple in R&B and soul for especially Black Americans. That's what I mean. That legendary status is not legend like talking like the greats, the greats that we all know. It's that kind of, not hood legend, whatever the next level up is, but that kind of, Brian McKnight is a staple. So maybe this word is staple than legend, but he has got that thing where his moves are shocking to people. Yeah.
I think he was definitely held in high esteem. And then once the first lot of news came out about his sons, when he first became estranged from them, that's when it was a bit like, oh, so, you're not like a lover type of man. Like, you're actually like,
you're
not
an
a nice
artist man that you're singing about.
You're actually
you're not that guy.
That's the conflict, because you've seen, and it is that thing, you get taken up by celebrity and you fall into the trap of, you're singing these wonderful love songs about romance, and because he's a black man and you've been absolutely propelled to success by your black community who are all shades. Now you're literally stepping outside to diss the black family for another version, and you're doing shitty behavior. It's just a conflict of now listening to his music. How can you comfortably, because music is so important to our psyche, to our mood, to moments in life, memories, and now this guy has ruined that. It's like, oh, Kelly, you're not the same thing, but that thing of having iconic tunes,
separate the music from the person.
Trying to separate, it's really difficult.
And he also said that all of those songs that people love, he didn't even know what love was.
Yeah.
That's the part as well, isn't it?
That's problematic.
You're gonna. That's the part as well, because let's think about it. He's saying he's never known love like this before, but your whole back catalogue is about love and being in love and all this stuff. There's people that have made babies to Brian McKnight songs. There's people that have had gone down the aisle to Brian McKnight. And man saying that wasn't
evil.
real.
That's evil. That's so
Yeah.
petty.
He didn't have to say that, innit?
At
didn't.
all. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and the thing is, that's just to get at his ex-wife.
Yeah.
It's just to get at them. Do you know what I mean? And it's just so how cruel some men actually can be.
Yeah.
And like, actually, when they have some... Anyway, let me stop talking.
Don't stop talking.
The bit I did see with her is
Don't
when
stop talking.
the ex-wife she came online and she was just like very zen, and she was just like, I'm fine,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
all fine, we're good.
Yeah.
Thank you for your words. Thank you for we hear you, we see you, we feel you. She did a whole, like, it was about 5 minutes of her saying stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
That's what I did see. So
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of the other backlash, but Brian McKnight, he actually is an enemy of progress.
He
So
is.
He is.
Throw
He
him
needs to
in
go
the
off the cliff.
bin.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah,
honestly,
that's really bad. And
I really wish, on some, because obviously he's still getting money every time his songs are played, and he probably is gonna get spiked now. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, but I wish you could press a button on Spotify and just say anything by this artist ever. I don't want to hear it.
should be able to do
That's
that.
an
They need to come
idea,
up with
Spotify.
that.
Like, seriously,
They need
I-
to
should
come
be
up
able
with
to
that.
They
mute
really
something.
do.
Just like put a person, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd
Like,
love
block
that.
him.
Just
Just
block
block
them.
them.
block the.
I don't want.
I would love that.
in playlist anything.
Nothing.
Like, I just don't
Nothing
want
they've written, nothing
They've
they've
written.
produced,
They've
nothing.
produced nothing.
They're gonna do this next year. They're gonna do this. You gotta
Copyright
pay
by
us.
Sade at your aunties could
You
never.
gotta pay the pod. Like, because I know they're gonna do this.
Anyway.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
damn good. I mean, well, speaking about men and their not being self-aware of their shitty behaviour, what I heard is someone on Twitter called I don't even care, said that women should be more direct when rejecting men instead of making excuses. Now, as you can imagine,
Yeah.
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 FYI, FYI, guys,
Should we?
just be more direct. And that, of course, inspired a whole thread of responses. Some of them go as long as, I did this once in my 20s and he threatened to kill me after raping
Yeah,
me.
think
Also
so.
did this when I was 15 years old, and the man, defo in his 20s, chased me saying he will rape me. I hid behind a bin and waited for him to leave.
Jeez,
Someone
trigger
else
warning.
said,
Jeez.
well, we can go into some of those things, but those are the kind of dramatic responses, not even dramatic as in sensational, but these are the things that women have experienced. I wanted to know if you guys have had to lie because you felt fearful of the person's response, or have you generally had to kind of be really wary and let someone down gently because they were being a bit too full on?
I don't think there is a woman alive anywhere that hasn't had that kind of catcalling and has thought, what's my response going to be?
Yeah.
And has tailored it down.
Yeah.
Is this whole myth that it's like, all you got to do is like stand firm. You stand firm and you're going to get knocked out.
Box in your
out.
face.
Like
mate.
it's not that. To even suggest it is just ludicrous in itself. But
Yeah.
absolutely, you go through the, oh no, I've got a boyfriend. What's your boyfriend got to do with me? You try and do all of the subtle ways to giving over a number, to giving your real number, because then they can call you right in front of you.
Exactly.
We've done it all.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's you know what that is? That's male privilege right there,
Yeah.
isn't it? Like,
It
just
is.
tell them you're not interested. Okay, then, because nothing's gonna happen when you
Nothing's
do
gonna
that.
happen.
Yeah.
They're
And
gonna
it's
insult
mad.
you.
It's like so instinctive as a woman. Like, you have this. It's almost like a nanosecond in your brain. You think about what you're gonna say and how's it gonna be taken from this other person. And it could just be simple, like, I've got a boyfriend, and then who, where, all this stuff.
Exactly.
And then it's like, just give me your number, or I'll take your. It's not ever. Oh, okay, fine, thanks. You have to think about where it's going to escalate. And some people will escalate to violence. That has happened before. And then it's like, you think you're too nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all start
Insults.
running. They start insulting you. Then they start saying you're not nice anyway. And then they start telling you about your sexual orientation. You must be another way if you don't like them.
Yeah.
You know, like, so this all comes from me just telling you, no, bruv, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
And you can say it so politely. No, I'm okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for the compliment. And
even
it's
that,
still a problem.
because you have to kind of police yourself. If you're not in a good mood, I might not want to talk to you today or anybody.
Yeah.
So if my response is a bit abrupt, then you now say, "Oh, black women does this," and especially that.
But it's
like,
not
you
even
get,
just
like,
black women. It's
I
like
know,
all
I'm
women.
just saying that
yeah.
in that space, being a black woman, like, oh, you black women are so negative, you're so harsh, you're so rude, and it might be like, I actually don't want to talk to anyone, and you could have been anybody, and I might have given you a harsh response. But now I have to think about, let me be calm and be nice, because you don't judge me and say something bad. Someone just said hello to me the other day, and they held my hand, and I know they thought they were being nice, which is okay, but in that moment, I'm like, again, you feel like it's okay to hold my hand, and maybe communicate your intent, but you're not saying anything. And I'm just like, I have to now be like, oh, okay, and nicely retreat without offending you. And I kind of might want to just give my hand back.
It gets
but
awkward.
why are you touching me?
Well, why are you touching
Yeah.
me?
I mean, I would physically recall this.
Yeah, it's just like, it's a situation. Cause again,
I had a
sometimes in that
situation the other day, and I can't go into it
Please
too
do
much,
not.
but I had a situation the other day, and this person who, it was completely inappropriate in an inappropriate, like, circumstance, very close to home, yeah? And it's like, you actually are using your power to now put me in a position where I must engage with you.
Yeah.
And it's like, actually, I don't want to engage with you, but this whole thing went through my head of, well, I'm going to have to engage with this person in some way, even if it's on like an arm's length, just to make it through this situation, this scenario. But they don't think like that. It's, well, I'm just asking you, innit, for your number or whatever it is. But it's like, but if don't you see that this is inappropriate?
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird.
Yeah, I think when I was younger, I was definitely more quick at weighing up a situation, whether I could take it, like, be myself or not, because do you know what I mean? Like, I've always been fiery. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, if so bad, actually, I can't even say that. But if a guy looks a certain way, I'm just gonna tell you about yourself.
Yeah.
Move from me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's how I feel.
No.
But like,
Yeah.
but it depends. Like, but sometimes we would go out, and do you know what I mean? Like, you can't, like, they're physically blocking your way.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
Yeah.
the hell?
Why
Like,
they line up outside
how
the toilets?
how are you supposed
That
to get
was
out of that?
gross.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's difficult.
Toilet men.
Yeah.
That's what we used to call them, toilet men. And they'll just be
Yeah.
by the... That's like, because you know there's just an endless supply of women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're there trying
Like,
to
what
chirp
are you
or touch
doing?
people. It's like,
creepy.
that is
Yeah.
the creepiest
Cringe.
place.
I hate that, you know. See, when people touch you in the small of your
Yeah.
back,
Yes.
like, there's absolutely no, because why don't guys, heterosexual guys, do that to heterosexual guys?
Yeah.
Because they'll be just like, oh, I'm just, no, you don't need to help me in any sort of way
Yeah.
to get through. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm
It's
okay.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous. But nowadays, I think, like, I've learnt to create an atmosphere so you don't continue this conversation. We're gonna sit in silence.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Just
mean?
staring.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
make it awkward, because if you want to invade my space and invade my, do you know what I mean? And it's just other than being like, I can be polite at the beginning, but if it's like, I can see where this is going and it's not, do you know what I mean? Like, where I want it to go, then nah, it's gonna be awkward. Then what are you gonna do? Like,
Following on
So-
with men who are unaware. No. What do you think? Chip, the artist, recently tweeted, "I wish every woman on planet Earth knew how naturally beautiful they were. All these nose jobs, lip jobs, cheeks jobs, it actually saddens
Cheek
me.
job?
Wish I could share my confidence with anyone who needs it. You really got to believe in yourself out here."
Why are you doing the voice though?
I know.
That's how he feels.
But you
Is
don't,
that how he
why are you
wrote it?
doing the
That's how
voice
he
though?
wrote it.
What?
What?
So,
What's wrong?
so before then he said slow down and take down voice.
Change your inflection.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, 'cause that's it's communicated. He's really sad. He said, "I'm really sad about this. I wish I could share my confidence with anyone who needs it." Do you welcome this poignant thought from
I think
Chip?
he means well.
Yeah.
I think he actually genuinely means well. But I think, like, as you said before, it's just male privilege, isn't
Yeah.
it? Do you know what I mean? Like, this is steeped in, do you know what I mean? Like, if you could just only, because there aren't forces in every aspect of society pressuring us every single
Right.
freaking minute of the day to look a certain way, to be a certain way, to carry yourself, to suppress, to do every single moment. Like, do you know what I mean? Because it just, if I had your confidence, then I could just break through.
I'd be fine. Someone
Right.
said, something along the lines of what you said, retired raver on the Shade Borough said, "I'm so glad he said this. I bet all the women booked in for surgery or considering surgery have duly changed their minds. Eternally grateful to Chip and his confidence for giving women advice on their bodies."
Chip needs to shut up. Look at the women in his last video.
yeah.
Yeah, every single one of them. I swear there was 3 with BBLs. They were all very pretty, all aesthetically pleasing to this time of life. He weren't going about on road picking anybody and being like, you know what, you're so confident, you can come in and be in my video shoot. Nobody had any acne. Nobody had alopecia. Like, don't try it.
Yeah.
Just chatting shit for chatting shit.
So wait, he should only have the criteria of confidence. If you have confidence, then you can be in the video.
Yeah, basically.
But the thing, but that's the
Change
problem.
everything.
Because that's a measure.
Yeah, it is.
See, I'm conflicted because you know, we want people to say they don't like BBLs and all that stuff, and they want a more. We cuss them when they say I love it, and then when they're saying be natural, queen, we hate it. So, that's where I'm conflicted, right? That's where I'm conflicted.
Actions.
I understand, right? So I understand that. Shut your fucking mouth, innit, Chip? Because who are you to tell any woman what they can do with their body? Leave them alone. It's our choice. I'll do what I want. So I understand that part. But then I also understand you're not practicing what you preach if the people that are in your video have all of these things that you've now said that you don't like. It's like when men say, "Oh, I don't like women that wear makeup." Really? Okay, then. I just think it's like it's an area that you feel comfortable talking about because it doesn't directly affect you, and you don't have all of the things that Sade said.
Yes.
You don't have those restraints on you. You don't have the eye on you in the same way that a woman has the eyes on them of the social, in this social world that we're living in, where the social media and how you're supposed to look and all that shit. So it's easy for him to sit on his keyboard or his phone or whatever the fuck it was and make these statements because maybe that day that's how he was feeling. You know,
day, on that moment, and I think it's follow through and consistency.
but I don't hate him
And
for it.
I mean,
He
I
can
don't
shut
hate
up.
him for it, but I just think it's exactly that. A lot of these guys have opinions on women, have a specific aesthetic, type, and style of women that they will only adhere to and date and procreate with. Any other woman will not fit that mold, and so then what? What are you saying? Because I think before we had a conversation about, it was Chip again about his videos not being very reflective of skin tone.
Yeah.
And then I think that his next video had darker skinned girls in it, and it was the thing like, be consistent. Be
Was it
consistent
Chip?
with your words.
Yeah, it was Chip.
It was Chip. And then
He got gunned for it, and then he
yeah,
did
because it's that performative behavior. Like, oh God, I don't want to get backlash, so let me now sprinkle my video with all types of women. But does that even reflect into your dating personal life? Because people are still looking to you. Well, some people.
But dating personal life, I think, is different.
No, I think it's all about.
think-
can I finish? I think it's all about the whole thing. I think it's. You guys can preach and say things, but if it's not reflective at home, and I stand by, if you're talking about Black Lives Matter and Black empowerment and Black family, then your partner should be Black. It's all of those kind of consistencies that these people in the public eye, these guys especially, talk about one way, and that's not what you've got at home as well as. And you seek out specifically a certain type of woman, then you're telling everybody else to be okay with that. Do you know what I mean? I think it's
be confident.
Be confident, that's it. But if I was confident and was maybe slightly overweight or maybe had a disability or if it's my skin tone, would you still date me, Chip?
Can we ask Chip?
Can we ask Chip? Would you still date me, Chip?
See, I don't necessarily feel like if you date someone who is lighter than you, that means that you're not about Black people.
No,
I
that's
don't
not what I'm
necessarily.
saying.
I
That's not what I'm
don't
saying.
feel that.
That's
yeah?
definitely not what I'm saying.
Or or if someone isn't. I don't know. I just don't like getting into that. Just you can be all about Black without separating us into tones, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
you
it
can-
really
That wasn't- I
depends on
didn't
if
mean
that's
tone either.
your total preference all the time, and that is reflected in everybody around you as well. Houston, we have a problem,
Say it
and
again,
there's
sorry.
no way of getting around it. When that's the acceptable tone and it's reflected
Yeah,
everywhere
no, I hear
around
that,
you,
but it was
there
the
is
point
a problem.
about you have to date like that as well, because I
No,
think you
didn't-
can.
I didn't say. I said that specifically. That if you are talking about going into the space of Black empowerment and stuff like that, it wasn't even necessarily about skin tone in that respect. It's like if you're dating a white person, but your whole thing is the Black family, the Black community, raising Black children, but that's not what's reflected at home. It's a conflict. It doesn't ring necessarily true. And we can talk about all the things like when you met them, blah, 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 blah. There are things like that, and it's not saying that you can't be for Black people either, but there's a certain thing about putting your words out there and it's not being reflected in your world. That's it. However, wherever the conflict comes from, starts to become a hypocrisy. If Chip is talking about removing BBLs and fillers and all that type of stuff, but his missus or his girlfriend or whoever kind of has that aesthetic that people are aspiring to, that then starts to become, and if it's consistent, it's different if he dates all different type of women and then somehow he's landed on someone that happens to look like the aesthetic. But if that's been his consistent thing, then he's telling everybody else not to aspire to that. he is slightly part of the problem if he's consistently going for that type of look, that all these women that he's telling to ditch that look or aspirations for that look for is hypocritical.
I hear what you're saying in terms of that aesthetic. I do think though that everybody in the music industry is part of the problem.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but I do think like I'm just not on that natural is best either. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I think like do what you want to do. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing, and just make informed decisions, and you have to do what feels comfortable for you. That's just my thing, because it's like I think Chip is in a bubble. Like, he probably comes across more BBLs than we do in our daily lives.
That's
do
true.
you know what I mean? So he is just like, maybe he's bored of what he's got around him. Do you know what I mean? Because if you just go to any normal day on any area, you're gonna see a freaking variety. You're gonna see more natural than anything else. Do you know what I mean? I think this perpetuating this idea that most, or like this is the norm, BBLs and filler and all this kind of thing, is not the norm. Do you know what I mean? It's what's popular on social media. That's what the algorithm themes, that's what people, maybe they aspire to, or attitudes are changing in terms of what's acceptable, but it is not the norm. It isn't.
I don't know. I think that it's turning into a norm much faster than we give it credit. I would love the data on this, because I'm just thinking of just my mum's high street in Kilburn, and I have never seen so many beauty stores in my life living there. But there are so many people offering eyelashes to lip fillers to Botox. I think last time I was there, I counted 7 different clinics. That's crazy. And these are normal people of all hues going in there. I've not noticed so many black women as well, and I can spot it now with lip fillers. Like, it's so, it is becoming normal, which wasn't what it was before. So I kind of get it to a degree to say, but people are doing it. I think it's fine to say, you know, do what you want to do. But when you go into the why of why they're doing it, there's usually a man at the end of it. And so, you know, it's, we just got to be honest about it.
No, but the thing is, this is what I'm saying. Anyway,
but it's,
no, it's not that, because it's just like, there's a lot. Yes, that is very, very true. It's very true. I'll just say that. Yes, it's true. For most people, that's what it is. Because they control everything. Because we live in a patriarchy. Yes.
And that's that. We have got Eboni K as well, who is talking about a different type of situation. Eboni K Williams is a presenter. She's got a show on the Griot, and she was speaking with Auntie Ian Van Sant about life and being a woman and dating. And Iyanla asked her if she would date a bus driver. And Ebony said, if he owns it. And on the back of her saying, if he owns it, the internet went mad. And it kind of expanded her point to be that a disrespect of working class black men, a disrespect on bus drivers, a disrespect on men, gold digging behavior, and, you know.
Exactly.
That's a lot. That was all heaped on her. I know she got backlash. I don't care.
It was those are all the things that were heaped back on her. And she countered and doubled down and said, I did not say that, basically. She got into it with DJ Envy on The Breakfast Club. She had another follow-up point on her own show saying, look, that's not what I said. If you got that from that, then that's on you. But what I was trying to speak to is the acceptance of mediocrity in the black community, that we need to elevate our game, we need to step up, and it's because of the oppressive white supremacy or white patriarchy, or what the oppressive white supremacy system has on black people is that it's acceptable to be mediocre and accept the baseline, the really common denominator jobs, rather than aspiring to do more and be better and be more successful. There's a lot of that stuff. That's kind of what she was trying to say in that nutshell, but she definitely didn't disrespect, well, her words weren't to disrespect the black community and working class community.
But what did she say? Because it's one, like, okay, so she's come out after and said, this is what I meant, right? But what did she say?
That she wouldn't date a bus driver.
Right.
Yeah.
So then she didn't expand on that.
No,
She didn't then say the rest of the statement that you've just said.
No,
that
she
gave
was
later.
just clarifying after
Okay.
people were
After,
like,
yeah.
that's out of order to say.
So she was saying, could it be that Black America has been sold a narrative that average is good enough? The bigotry of low expectations, she called it.
I can't lie. Like I didn't know what the big deal was. To be honest, I really was just like, okay, and like, what's the problem? Like, I'm not a fan of. She's not my auntie. Yeah. I'm not a fan of her anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think she's quite brutal. Yeah, and very, very, like, I think she centers men personally, and I'm just not with that. I just thought, like, if that's Ebony's preference, then that's her preference. Do you know what I mean? But she didn't speak about it like that. If I was asked that question, I would handle it like that. That's my preference. I don't want to, do you know what I mean? I'm not aspiring to be working class. I'm not. I am. Well, I was, I guess, technically. What's the clarifiers now? If you've been to university and over a certain amount,
Then you become middle class.
Then you become middle class, I think.
Okay.
Or
maybe.
lower middle class or whatever kind of thing. But like, I don't think, because I think like underlining, I know that's a difficult thing for some people to hear, and I'm not saying I don't like working class people, it's not that. Do you know what I mean? Because that's where I've come from. Do you know what I mean? And I've come from very, very poor lives, but I'm planning my life not to go back there. Do you know what I mean? Because for me, money is access, and that's what you need in order to kind of like survive for generations to come. And that's what I think, like, I don't want us to rest on, and us as in black people to rest on our laurels and think that we're okay at this space. No, the rug can be pulled out any moment, and maybe it's like irrational, but that is like a fear, and like, so I'm always trying to progress for better. So yeah, I just think, yes, I wouldn't see that as like something that I want to do.
There are so many points from that clarifying statement that she put out that I think I fundamentally disagree with. So I think a fundamental that is pushed a lot with Black Americans, not even Black Americans, Black people, capitalists, is that money is going to get us out of being oppressed. And I don't think there is any evidence to suggest that wealth stops racism. And so being like, black people, we need to just pull up our bootstraps, like go out there, get the money, and that's a symbol of some type of progression, actually isn't factual. And I think is very damaging that we have this struggle for wealth. Like, this is it's like something that we should all be striving to. There should be diversity, and you should be able to be a bus driver and it not be considered that is a mediocre job, because we need bus drivers.
Yeah.
I think it's that where I'm like, no, I think there's a problem with her sentiment, and I get the backlash, but it's not just her. There's a problem with capitalism being like, this is what we need to wholesale adopt to kind of elevate ourselves. No, there's a problem with racism, and capitalism, it is a part of the structure, and us involving ourselves in it more isn't necessarily the answer, if that makes sense.
You go first.
I'm going to agree. I thought was thinking similarly to, if you want to be a bus driver, if you want to be a cleaner, if you want to be a custodian, whatever, considered a working class job, it shouldn't come with the burden that you're letting your community down or that you're not striving to be better. But again, it's down to the individual. I think everywhere there should be aspirational thought process into how you're raised, how you're taught. It shouldn't be that, where a lot of black people experience being in school and being told you're not going to amount to nothing, or this is the job for you as a black person, bus driver, custodian, and the working class, lower class jobs. Those are that positioned as lower class or working class jobs, blue collar jobs for a better word. That shouldn't be the be all end all. Every child should be raised to think sky is the limit, but also have a reality check that what are you good at? where are you going to perform? Because I think there's also the X Factor, Fame Academy, Pop Idol kind of thing where everyone can be successful, everyone can be rich, everyone can do it, we can all be at the top. There isn't room, or well, in the current structure that we're in, there isn't room for everyone to be super famous, super millionaires, super celebrities, or super successful and build that type of wealth in this type of way. And we do need a hierarchy of people, of workers for this country, for this world to operate in the way that it operates at the moment. If the system changes, yeah, maybe we can look at it a different way. So I get what she's saying in regards to, yes, society does keep black people oppressed and keep us looking downwards rather than upwards, because it doesn't suit them for us to empower ourselves and strive for better and be more successful as a community. Definitely understand that. But it's just finding the balance of the narrative of how that is put out there. And also there's something about, I can't remember which one of you said it, that if she wants to not date a bus driver and she only wants to date the man that owns it, okay, that's her choice. That's okay.
Yeah.
Because she can say what she wants. That's another thing. I think we've talked about it before. When guys are cussing women for being gold diggers or whatever, who are the women that you're looking at? If you're looking at a woman that's looking for a man for 6 figures, don't look at her. Look at someone else. That's it. You're scared of the girls that are spraying the bottles or buying their own bottles. What is it? Girls scared of the girls spraying the bottles and buying their own bottles. Look for the girl that wants to get a drink from you. That's it. Find your balance. Find your levels. That's my thoughts.
I think it depends on where you are in your life, right? So her saying what she said, that's because where she is in her life, that doesn't match what she wants and the standards that she wants and where she's going. For some people, that's not a problem. So I think that's where the clarity is a bit murky for me, because that's not to say that those jobs are not good jobs. They're great jobs if that's what you want to do, and they can also provide for you and your family.
Yeah,
they're capable, more than capable of doing that. I know people that have been bus drivers. I know people that are train drivers, and they are more than capable of providing for their family well. Yeah. So I do think it depends on where you are and what your status is. Maybe she can't see someone driving a bus fitting into her world, and she's entitled to say that. That doesn't mean that person won't fit into someone else's. I think that's where I am.
Yeah. And just as a counter, before we move on to your story, Auntie Farah, someone on Twitter said, Mr. Fantastic 824 said, no black man is mad about Eboni K. Williams being unwilling to date a bus driver. Black men are mad that she blatantly disrespected working class black men when she's been sucking and fucking white men. Keep your mouth over there for criticism like you do for pleasure.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
That was a bit much.
The fact that black women are praising and applauding, so I hadn't read that through, so I had to follow through. The fact that black women are praising and applauding her for her statistical lies, black women buying 20% of houses in the highest housing market ever, and facts without context, more black women in college than black men, when more women of all races attend college more than men. This is just another clear example of black misandry being encouraged and black men being gaslit and trolled for calling out the bullshit.
Well, I mean, when you're going to frame it like that, bro, I'm not listening to you after
the
that.
rest of that statement
Do you
made
know
me
what I mean?
annoyed, because I'm just like, whatever, man, innit?
And that's not, anyway, that's not my point. Anyway, do you know what I mean? Regardless of, it's not even. I just say, oh, God. Yeah, that was horrible. I wasn't even prepared for that kind of level of nastiness.
Auntie Farah, what have you heard?
Yeah, moving on from him. So I would like to talk about Boohoo Man. Now, Boohoo have been on stuff of late, but their latest thing, they decided to release a line of balaclavas. Balaclavas. And then in the style notes, it said, calling all bad boys, remain a mystery, latest trend. In the latest trend, a balaclava. We've got a colourful selection so you can work the streetwear without looking too dangerous. That was the notes they had on the balaclava. And the models of the balaclava, you say, who are they? All black men. Yes. Interesting. So obviously people took to Twitter and Instagram and socials and just kind of went crazy on Boohoo, and then Boohoo removed it. You know, even though they've now got the press and everyone's gone to them and all of this shit, which is probably why they did it in the first place. Yeah. But so I don't even have a question as to. I just kind of want to speak about them appropriating this kind of capitalizing off this gang culture and reinforcing negative stereotypes. They did something recently the other day as well, that for Eid they had, like, I'm sure it was Boohoo, they brought out a line of Eid, or might have been Pretty Little Thing.
feel like it was Pretty Little
Might have
Thing.
been Pretty, but they're all in the same. They're all in the same
Family.
family anyway. Because my with Pretty Little Thing, they brought out a range of clothing for Eid, and it was like a whole bunch of inappropriate see-through dresses, short things that they're saying are for women. Oh, it's Eid, come and wear this.
Yeah.
So they're just capitalizing off of whatever the fuck is out there at the time. They're capitalizing off of black culture. They're capitalizing off of Asian culture. They're capitalizing, but not doing it with any thought or any like. What can we do to stop these people when their clothes cost like 5 pence? Is there anything that we can actually do?
It would would be so ideal if we didn't shop from them. We block them out. We, turn to our. I don't know. We just need to ignore them and not. It's mad. It's that chicken and egg thing. Call them out to shut them down. Ignore them so they don't get the attention. It's always that back and forth of what's the best thing to do. And it's just generally all these brands. Really, it was so annoying when you see them trying to chip in on the culture, whether it's like accounts like speaking in slang and saying yes girl and things like that, just to try and move a community to buy their stuff and act like they're down. Or was it when the verses were on and some of the brands were in the comments like, it's just so fake, but we have an open gate to our culture. And I know it's kind of impossible to close off a culture, but I think there's a bit too much freeness with our culture. And not to say that balaclava and gang culture is ours, but there's just a bit too much freeness. And there is, I don't know, we don't have enough policing of our culture in a way that is effective.
Who's to blame?
I don't know, because also the black models. I don't know if they knew.
I'm in there with the black models.
Yeah,
like,
why?
Yeah, but it's
come on.
But then even to me, I think if my son was like, "Oh, Mum, I've got a job. What are you modelling, son? Balaclavas."
But he might not have known until he got there.
But then also, I'd hope I've raised a child that would be like, "Nah, this doesn't look too good for me, so I'm not going to do this job." I'd hope that I'd have a child that's that kind of independent thinking, that even when they got there and saw that this looks dodgy to me, they'd leave.
Or even now that they're protesting, that they are like, okay, I didn't know that. I was going to do something super stereotypical, but I didn't know that another black man was also going to be in the balaclava as well. And like, you may have just thought this was in my run of clothing, but so was Stuart going to do the same. Like you don't know.
You're right, because they only use black models.
Yeah.
So, but
They need
well,
to
to be
complain.
fair, sometimes you don't even know, because they could have shot a variety of different models
That's
and
very
they've only
true.
just
Different
put-
days.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
That's exactly it. That's why I'm
Like-
like, it's for now the models to be like, no, this isn't okay, because now you've kind of got us in a lineup.
Yeah,
Like that's
in balaclavas.
But the
In
thing is,
balaclavas.
I don't even know, like, I don't know
You
what
go
my
buy
role
one.
is today. But no, there's some cute balaclavas, when we were doing. No,
There
but
is-
seriously,
there's
there
not even a
are.
lie, there actually
there
are.
are.
And
It's
also,
just a stereotype now, isn't it? Yeah.
people in the culture, they do wear balaclavas. I do think it should have been a variety. They should
Yeah.
know better. That's what I'm saying.
It's-
And it's
it's
the description.
It's the style notes
It's
for
the
me.
style note,
Because
yeah.
if you can sell a
Calling all
balaclava
bad
if you want,
boys.
Yeah.
you can do that if you want, yeah. But it says calling all bad boys,
Like-
remain a mystery in the latest trend, a balaclava. We've got a
your
colourful
crime, don't get
selection,
caught.
so you can work the streetwear without looking too dangerous.
But the thing is, but you are looking dangerous,
Exactly.
though, bro.
Because since
And
when
now
is a
you
balaclava
stand
not
out.
looks
You're
good?
gonna
because
get
maybe
caught.
if you wear a pink one, it's
It's
okay.
okay. And you know they're not going to wear the pink one.
But there are some.
There aren't no pink ones.
The thing is, back in the day when Onyx was a thing, me and my friend, I had a mask. I definitely had a mask. I bought a mask, and then maybe I would have been susceptible to the marketing. Like, yes, you too can look like bald head thug group, hip hop group Onyx, and wear a mask. We did, and we walked around thinking we were gangster girls, gangster bitches. So there's that. It's effective, but there's also something underlying. We know what it's appealing to and why they're doing it.
It's an
We
actually,
can't pretend.
it's a mess. I was just thinking
It's
of
just a
you're
mess.
selling balaclavas to one set of people, and then you've got other guys wearing bonnets.
Yeah.
It's out there at this moment.
Yeah.
Youth culture is crazy, but it's out of order.
Did you hear about the
Yeah.
Essex town that has banned hoodies?
What outright?
Yeah.
You're not allowed to put your hood at all.
No, they're not having it.
You're not allowed to put
Yeah,
your hood
'cause
up.
there's a danger from wearing hoodies. I need to find the actual location.
Oh,
This woman was on GMB, I'm sure it was GMB.
Oh yeah.
And then it was her and like what I found quite interesting, it was like a white lady from Essex talking about, no, we don't want hoodies in our area anymore. and then there was like a white guy and he was like, you're talking nonsense. Like, it's an item of clothing. Why are you telling me not to wear a hoodie? And he says, anyway, I don't want to come to your part of Essex. Anyway, who wants to live there? It was like, I can't remember what it was, but wherever Richard Madeley is from, because Richard Madeley was like, calm down, I'm from there.
Does he wear
I
hoodies?
wear hoodies all the time.
What if I came round there with
always
a
in a
hooded
hoodie.
jumper?
Yeah.
I mean,
don't put it
hoodies
up.
are life and whatever.
They
I
are.
actually do put my hood up quite a lot.
Yeah,
as
when
well.
it's
Yeah, I
cold,
do.
put my hood up too. I love a hoodie.
So what, I can't go into your town if I'm
Oh,
not
but
hood
can
on?
they do that though?
I think
gonna
that's
happen?
part of the argument. at
Right.
the moment.
I don't know
Yeah.
if they
Who's
can.
taking it down, please? 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't want no old biddy like pulling down my hoodie. 'Cause
Imagine.
then it's going to turn into something.
That's going to be a problem.
You're gonna.
That's what they want.
assault, and then
Yeah.
I've got the right to hit you.
Standing your ground. Romford Town. It's Romford.
Oh,
Romford Town bans
Wow.
hoodies in anti-social behaviour crackdown.
Wow.
It's Romford.
You know what though?
Anyone who visits Romford will be banned from wearing hoodies as part of the plan to tackle anti-social behaviour.
Romford can be full of wrong-uns.
I mean,
That's no.
a hoodie's not going to
You
stop the
can't
crime.
say that.
A
No,
hoodie
it can.
is
So-
not gonna- a hoodie's not going to stop the crime.
I'm just saying Romford can be full of wrong-uns. I
No,
understand why.
no,
Why they wanna ban hoodies.
You
No.
can't- you
Because if
can't
that's the
say
uniform
That doesn't
that they're
make any
wearing.
sense.
No.
They're just going to find another one. They're going
If
to buy
that's the
balaclavas.
They're wearing
from Boohoo.
balaclava.
Yeah, they're going to order from Boohoo next. 1, 2, 3.
Aunties know best. Aunties know best. Aunties know best.
We're working in collaboration with WAP Agony Aunts to solve all your dilemmas. Quick disclaimer, we're not professional experts or qualified therapists. So please, what did I say?
No.
Did I make a...
No.
I'll eat it. I don't know.
I thought I said it wrong.
You did
No,
it.
you
You did it.
didn't.
We're working in collaboration with WAP Agony Aunts to solve all your dilemmas. Quick disclaimer, we're not professional experts or qualified therapists. So please, these are just our opinions. Also, guys, some of these have been edited down for time and clarity. Here we go, guys. Dear Aunties, I have been secretly sleeping with my younger brother's best friend for 4 months. He is 5 years younger than me. I never saw him as anything other than my little brother's best friend until 4 months ago. I don't know what had happened, but it's like a switch went off. This boy is fine. Oh, he is more put together than any men my age, which is such a shame. Us 30-plus women are in the ghetto. Anyhow, I'm ashamed to say I'm slyly catching or caught feelings. When I say this man knows how to put it down the wickedest... knows how to put down the wickedest D, it's actually astonishing. Hands down the best I've ever had. If my younger brother found out, he would lose it. However, things are actually getting serious. He's talking about making it official and moving in with me. Or with each other. I'm not sure how to go about this entire situation. Laura, 30 years old.
They've been seeing each other for a few months. In
5
secret,
months?
and now they want to live
For
together.
4 months. He is
Now he
4
wants to move
months.
in with her.
Of course he
I
does.
think how
He's
you said it
25,
was
isn't
right.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to move
He's
in
25.
with her.
Of course he
Yeah.
wants to move in with her.
Slow down, bro.
It's okay.
Both of you.
Relax.
I mean,
Slow
I can
down.
see the benefits from his side, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 30-year-old
Yeah.
chick. Probably got her own yard.
He's probably like, yeah, she
You probably
needs
live at
to-
home with your mum. You're putting down some good D.
what's that called? What's that thing? That phrase they call the ones that fuck and just need a couch?
Oh, homosexual.
Yeah.
Homosexual.
What?
Yeah.
Homosexual.
I've never heard of
Yeah.
that.
No,
Serious?
serious.
Homosexual.
We talked
Yeah.
about, yeah.
Homosexual.
Homosexuals.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is giving that.
That's deep.
It's definitely. It's definitely giving homosexual.
Yeah.
But her brother's best friend.
That's what's
Nah,
deep.
I can't. I'm
4
not.
months.
Honestly, it's exciting and nice because it's a secret.
Yes.
And you're taking the
Yeah.
piss.
Let it be
And
relaxed.
there's
Yeah.
going to
Do you
be
know what I
some
mean?
mad thing between your brother and him when he finds out. How's that friendship going to work?
Disrespectful,
Laura, I think you're trying to convince the aunties to be on your side when you said he's being serious. He wants to take it official. No,
He's 25,
fine,
man.
Nah,
He
I
ain't
think he
taking
just
shit
wants-
official.
He wants a place to stay and probably cooked meals.
Yeah.
And comfortable, a comfortable woman.
She's probably buying him shit. Oh, you can take the keys to my car. Here you go.
Yeah,
Like,
he's gonna know.
I just want to bring you
she's
into the
stigmatized.
to the 20. What are we in the
21st century.
I do.
No.
She's stigmatized,
Oh
man.
my god.
That's your little brother's
So what's the
brethren. Like,
answer? Allow it.
I
It's
think
sticky.
you need to talk to your brother. You've already done
Really?
too much. You've already done too much
Tell
because
him.
if the guy now tells your brother, that's your brother. It should not come from him. It needs to come from you. You need to bring it above board and live in a space of truth. Do you know what I mean? And then see what your relationship, if there is a relationship outside of sex, what it is. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you, Laura.
So
For your lesson.
yeah.
agree.
Hey, Aunties, 3 weeks ago, I went to a black sex and kink party. I had an
Oh.
absolute blast. I had a lot of fun with this one particular girl who, may I add, was absolutely stunning. So fucking sexy. She was unreal. It was a lot. After the fun we had, we exchanged numbers. Anyways, fast forward, one of my close male friends is having a housewarming at his new house he bought this weekend. He's really excited because he wants us to meet this girl he's been dating low-key for a minute. Long story short, after sending her pic in our group chat, turns out she's the girl I met at the Kinks party. I can't lie, I don't know if I should tell him or not. I low-key want to see her again too. Help. Gina, 32. Now, Gina spelled with a J, so I don't know if Gina's a guy or a girl. Don't know if it matters. Either way, Gina, 32, wants to see the girl again.
It's the
knowing-
the A would determine if it's male or female.
It ends with an A.
Wait a
Yeah, so it would
second.
be
Wait.
female.
There's a few things I need to dissect. Okay. so
Sex and kink.
Gina met this gal
Yeah.
at a kinky party,
Kinky
right?
party. They had fun.
They had fun. The best time ever. She's really into her, right?
Mm.
So then cut to her brethren's bought a house.
Yeah.
Is it the brethren's girlfriend or just a chick that he's been seeing?
He's really excited. He wants us to meet this girl he's been dating low key.
Okay,
for a
fine.
minute.
Right. Okay, fine. So it's just a girl that he's been dating.
Yeah.
Right? So you need to tell your brethren. Do you know the other day that I hooked up with this girl? Because otherwise it's going to be a fly in the ointment and it's going to be like this secret that you have with your brethren and it's not nice. But the other thing is, what is this line about you? Oh, I can't lie. I want to see her again. Like, what are you going to do? Like, you're going to go to your brethren's. What type of friend are you? That's what I'm looking at as well. You're going to go to your brethren's new house. He's going to introduce you to this new gal and then you're going to be eyeing up the gal on the side.
Yeah.
I
Nah.
can't. Do you know what?
What she is saying is going to take place.
Nah.
No, I think
Who are you?
What's happening?
she should go to the housewarming. Is it housewarming?
Yeah.
She should go to the housewarming and see what the girl's reaction is. That's what I
for
think.
Same.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think she should tell her brethren.
I
yet.
think
hold on.
not yet.
Not yet.
Normally, I would say, but it depends. So
So
if
for Bants.
if she's because you don't know what the brethren knows, like so
Yeah.
the brethren might know that she goes to these kinky things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Oh,
mean?
yes,
Yeah.
So it's just like see what if she goes.
But they
oh,
did something at the kinky
yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
but still, but her brethren might not know that it's her, but knows that she does things at these kinky things.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So they might have that kind of relationship. So if you go
So it
to the
can become a
housewarming
throuple.
and you see her and she's just like, oh, what's your name? Then you know
Yes.
what the
And then
what the
what?
deal is.
Then at that point you tell your brethren.
Then
But
you
then
tell
your
your
brethren's going to be
brethren.
like, but didn't you see the picture in the group?
Yeah.
I
You
wasn't
saw the
sure.
picture in the group.
I wasn't sure.
I had to see her in person.
yeah,
because
I had to. Yeah.
No, I think I would be like, bro, unfortunately, the situation is I've seen this girl in a different way. I would
Yeah.
tell my friend.
'Cause when
Because
we
it's like, once it's in the chat, once there's evidence dropped, it's a bit hard to come back from.
That's my thing.
Especially if it's your really good friend, and especially if like they're saying I've been dating for a minute, and you know, minute nowadays means 10 years or whatever. I don't know what minute this time frame reflects, but low key for a minute is quite a long while.
And also,
You know, would you not
no,
wanna
but
know?
also, weren't we just saying the other day,
be
like we were
consistent.
talking about,
Don't always tell. Like,
but weren't we
Let's
saying the
see
other,
it out.
weren't we saying the other day that when you start dating somebody new, put it in the group and be like,
Yeah,
does
I think
anybody
so.
know this person?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
said
yeah.
that.
People to
So
respond, or
if
we
you're
just-
my
it was
brethren and
dark.
I've
It
put
was
it,
dark. She
shit.
didn't know.
Why are you
Honestly.
lying?
Why are you lying though?
How do you know I'm
I
lying?
think, I think it's fair for her to go to the housewarming party and see the girl. And then
Why?
if it's a bit dodgy, then tell your brethren.
But what are you
Because
What's
she's
the
also
alternative?
interested in the trick.
She wants to do stuff on
Yeah,
the
but
down
that's
low.
your
Then you
brethren.
have
It's
to
your
check the chick
friend.
then. Maybe it's your brethren. So you'd sleep
But
with
it's
your
your
can't lie.
friend.
I can't lie.
I just think go to the
I'm
house
not taking
and
the
see
moral
it.
high ground on this one.
No, not mine.
all right. So like, I meet a guy, right? I'm into him. I fling his picture in the group,
It's
yeah.
different. It's you. It's different.
But it's the
different.
same.
This is the
It's his
situation.
brethren.
Because you're outside of this group of friendship.
Yes.
That's what it is, you know.
Like, this is the
It's like
advice.
your friendship group.
This is the advice that
it's
we're giving
fake
two
advice,
different
not-
things.
yeah.
Like,
No.
one
being
set of
real,
us
what
is
I'm saying.
saying, go to the party and see how it goes.
I'm saying, see what the reaction is. If she plays dumb, then I'm gonna have to tell my brethren. If she's just like, oh, I remember you from the thing, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna tell my man, by the way. Do you know what I mean?
So either way,
Like,
you're telling
yeah.
your brethren, but you just want to see her
I
reaction.
want to see her
Yeah.
reaction,
Okay,
just so
that's
I
different.
know.
That's different.
Is there
I
a
feel like
possibility?
we
Of
should-
you.
I feel like we should have the housewarming should take place. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think
You
it should be
don't
blown
You
up.
don't want to disrupt the house party.
Oh,
No,
here we
'cause
go.
you
Oh,
want
I
to
don't
drink
want to
and
disrupt
food.
the house.
Because you want to enjoy the party.
Yes, I think
They
we
want
should
the
go to the
party.
house.
I'm
She
trying to
wants
get
the
a
party.
win-win-win situation. That's what I'm trying to get.
Let's let the housewarming
Gina,
and
Gina.
introduction go ahead.
I don't know.
dear.
Let us know what you did because
Yeah,
two
right
people want
back.
the house
We
party
need to
to go
follow
on
up.
because they want drinks and food and the drama, and two of us say you should tell your brethren.
Tell your
Now
brethren,
you've
man.
seen the picture. Tell your brethren.
Can
Afternoon,
you imagine?
afternoon, aunties. I've been seeing this guy for 6 months. We're not strangers as we went to the same college years ago.
Okay.
I found out through one of my friends that he has a girlfriend and she's due in 3 months.
Jesus.
Hey!
Okay.
Wait, how long's she been seeing him?
I've been seeing this guy for 6 months.
6 months.
Wait,
We went to.
hold on.
Yeah.
Can I get through?
Okay, fine.
I've been seeing this guy for 6 months. We're not strangers. We went to the same college years ago. I found out through one of my friends that he has a girlfriend and she's due in 3 months. Can you imagine? We even had sex in his car, in quotes. Turns out it was her car. I want to tell her, but I don't want to bring any stress to a pregnant woman. Should I wait until the baby is born, then tell her, or should I let karma deal with him?
Oh God.
I fucking hate
Jasmine,
men sometimes,
who's
you know.
28.
I fucking can't stand them
She
sometimes, you know.
cannot tell her.
No,
the
that she
pregnant
can't
chick,
tell the
man.
pregnant chick.
No,
She
it's
can't
like
do
she's
that.
got 3 months to go.
She can't tell
no,
her.
No.
She's due in 3 months, right?
Yeah,
Does the
yeah.
guy know? Or didn't say. The guy doesn't know that she knows. Does the guy know that she knows that she knows?
We're not straining it. Well, no.
Well, I guess the dilemma is to tell
my
the
friends-
girlfriend or not.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the.
I think she just needs to tell the guy he's a dickhead.
Yeah,
Like,
and lock him
expose
off,
him and lock him
100.
off. You can't go and tell a pregnant woman that. She got 3 months left.
And who's a,
You can't
who's
do
a
that.
woman to you? Like, if this is, maybe it's not your business, but what you should do is lock off the guy, tell the guy you know, and maybe who is the friend, again, the friend that gave you the information about,
okay.
like, where's that person in this situation? Is there someone that can put the threat that if you don't tell your missus once this is all done and dusted, we're going to let them know, whatever. But
But I just
you
don't
can't
think
as a
you
He's
can
not
see
done
a
and
pregnant.
dusted.
I just don't think.
He's gonna get away with it.
Yeah, he's got away with
That's
it.
the thing.
They get
Yeah.
away with it.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, is there someone that can kind of get calm
No,
up his
because
arse?
but how?
I don't
The
know,
mad
it's
thing
not-
is,
You're gonna
why-
blow
it's
up
not her
his.
thing.
You're gonna blow up the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What came into my head is like the woman's 6 months pregnant,
Yeah.
and you've been seeing this other shit for 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you fucked her in your baby mother's car.
Yeah.
You're a nasty piece of work.
Nasty piece of work.
Nasty,
scummy
disgusting,
behaviour.
lowest of the low piece of work.
Jasmine,
You-
lock it off.
Lock
with
it
him.
off.
Lock it off.
You're
man.
better off
And
without
find
him.
someone to tell him that, listen, you're on notice.
It's a hard one, isn't
No,
it? Because it's like, okay, you have the pregnant girlfriend there. That's his girl as well. Should you tell her once she's had the child that is still blowing up her family?
I don't
Yeah.
think she should.
It's a hard one. But this guy has no morals. I think the best thing you can do is just remove yourself.
That's
Yeah,
exactly.
and let karma
Nana,
play.
Yeah,
that's
that's what I'm
exactly
saying.
what
She
I
can't-
think. She needs to remove herself from the situation. Karma will come and bite him on the
Yeah.
ass. Let him go and live his happy little life and act like everything's fine. He will. What's done in the dark will come to light,
Yeah.
and he's gonna get his. That's disgusting.
Yeah, she can't
Your
do
woman's
anything.
pregnant, and you're having sex with someone else, and then you're going home and like, nah.
Yeah.
That's all levels of scum.
Yeah, I'm not saying she should do anything. I'm just saying whatever,
Because the
whoever
thing is,
friend
you don't
whoever
want.
says
She
something.
shouldn't have to have that on her either,
She
as
can't
well.
do it.
That
Yeah.
she's. I'm not saying that she's the cause. He's the cause. But if she goes and she says it to the woman that's pregnant, and she breaks up that family, that's she's been the catalyst to that, hasn't she?
Yeah.
And I don't think that should be. She shouldn't have to have that on her. That she's the cause of that. That's him. He's
Yeah.
done that. She shouldn't have to take responsibility for that at all. It's horrible.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially
this
you had
is,
no
uh,
clue.
Remove
Exactly.
yourself. Remove
Yeah.
yourself immediately.
No
This
clue.
is the only. I'm probably one of the few where I'll be like, not say anything. To be honest, just don't date. Jasmine needs to not go back there though.
No, not at all.
She
And
needs
also
to
as
not-
well, he's scummy because why in
Yeah.
your baby
in
mother's
her
car?
car.
You could do better than that, Jasmine. Come on now.
I think so.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
also those levels, and I guess maybe if she goes through all of the different plays that he had, because he had a pregnant girl. Was you ever in his place? Did
Yeah.
you know where he lived? Like, there's
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah.
stuff that
There'll
he
be
was
flags,
hiding.
won't there?
He's just
Yeah.
lying.
Yeah.
Just a liar.
Just a liar.
He's dark. He's
Nah.
dark.
Gross.
Hi, aunties. I can't find my clothes when I'm at my boyfriend's, and I've come across his ex's clothes, not just a one or two, but a few bras, knickers, and sportswear.
What?
It's now getting suspicious. This is all.
No.
This is all-
What?
This is all Keisha, who's 27, said. I can't find my clothes when I'm at my boyfriend's. I've come across his ex's clothes, not just a one or two, but a few bras, knickers, and sportswear. It's now getting
Is
suspicious.
she alright? Sorry,
Just
Keisha.
ask
So,
us a question.
Keisha, I'm
He
really
doesn't
sorry.
have an ex.
Keisha, I know. I'm really sorry that I asked if you're alright. I'm really, really sorry. Forgive me. But you need to leave. He's not your boyfriend.
No.
Because what he's doing is he's
Moving his.
moving his stuff. He's moving his girlfriend's stuff from the house. Sorry, let me rephrase. He is removing your clothing from his house because his girlfriend comes there and he doesn't want his girlfriend to see your
Your stuff.
clothing. That's what's
But he
happening.
also doesn't care that you see her.
He doesn't care.
Because you've come across him. That means he's not going to let
Because how often
to
can you
hold.
come across? It's not like one time. You
Yeah.
know, like you start dating someone new and they might have like a jumper in the wardrobe that belongs. I've never had this, but they might have a jumper in the wardrobe that belongs to their ex,
Remnants.
right?
Yeah.
Remnants, right? But not every time you go there. And knickers and bra and things like that. What is going on?
Sportswear, you
And you're
know,
not
so-
saying nothing. Cha.
Keisha, honey, sweetie.
It's a-
Seriously, honestly, you need to wise up, babe. I don't want to be rude, but you need to be smarter.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Does it?
Seriously, it's enough. It's enough.
Bye-bye.
The flags is
Flagging.
It's like that.
yeah, it is.
It's like that.
It's ridiculous.
It's a massive red
Fully up the
flag,
pole.
mate.
You know, I think it's going on.
What?
You know, when a guy has two girls and they both start playing the same game of leaving stuff in the house,
Yeah.
I think they're playing this game. I think
What,
she
the
knows.
girls?
I think she's been leaving clothes there when
On
she saw a
purpose.
bra. The other girl saw her stuff. She leaves more stuff there. They're both trying to stake a claim on this dude.
Instead of leaving the man,
He'll
the-
play both of you forever.
Yeah.
The
He
girlfriend
is.
is winning
Yeah.
because you're
you're finding more stuff. Unless
And
you-
your stuff's gone.
Well,
He's
no,
not-
what?
if
he,
your stuff
he
is
doesn't
off-
care. He knows this game as well, and nobody's leaving him. The girlfriend is probably the one that is taking away her clothes. It's probably not the guy. The girlfriend
Oh,
takes
no.
her clothes away, dashes it somewhere, leaves her pants and bra. You come round, you see her stuff, and you're like, I'm not going to say anything because
Yeah.
he's just saying it's
don't-
my
I
ex.
don't wanna rock
To
the
the other
boat.
girl, he's saying the same. You're both being played.
Yes, just
leave
him.
And Keisha, call the other girl. Find out. Leave him. Dear aunties, I want to keep my relationship going, but anytime I bring up my partner's ex or ask about their relationship, he flares up. Letitia, 28. That's all she said. What's going on, guys?
What?
I want to keep my relationship going, but anytime I bring up my partner's ex or ask about their relationship, he flares up.
Girl, how was she?
28.
Babe.
Letitia.
Babe,
Letitia.
there's still time. Still, you can start again. It's all right, babe.
All right, okay. So
But
she
what-
wants to keep the relationship going.
Mm.
Okay. But anytime I bring up my partner's ex or ask about their relationship, he flares up. Why are you asking about your partner's ex?
That's what I was
Me
coming
too.
to. Yeah.
Because then that.
No,
because-
why are you reacting like that?
No, there's lots
Because
of
if
stuff
she
to
keeps on
explore.
asking, and it's just like, why are you asking about this chick all the
If
time?
it's every time, yeah, then you've asked before, so you've
Yeah.
done it from the time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? From the first time. So the first initial time,
You blew
I'm
up.
taking you blew up. Why?
No, see, I
That's
didn't
not
take
how
it
I
like
read
that.
it, yeah.
I took it that she keeps on asking. So maybe it's like, did you guys go to McDonald's?
Have you been to this restaurant
Did you go
before?
to this? And he's just like,
Did she rub your feet like
yeah,
this?
it's like, it's just allow it. Like,
Yeah.
why are you? But that's the question though. Why
that
are
is the
you
question.
always asking about his ex and what they
No.
were doing?
And also, if he's flaring up, because there's an element, there's room for that relationship was shitty for him, possibly.
Yeah, it could be.
So it could be
Yeah.
like defensive flaring up. And flaring up, there's a range of flare. There's rah, like you're violent. Or there's just like, chick, just leave it alone because
I don't want to talk to
I'm
him.
I don't
with
wanna
you
talk about
now.
it. I'm with you now.
No, it's giving red flag.
Yeah.
it's just giving red flag. If you're flaring up, if I'm asking you a question and about your ex and you're flaring up, it's a red flag. It just
So
simply
is it okay for a guy to continuously ask you about an ex?
If he's asking me, why am I flaring up though? That's the thing. So if
Yeah,
he's
I want to
asking me,
understand the flare up.
I'm not reading that continuous from you. You're taking that. I'm not. I'm just taking it as like you're asking it about something and your reaction is a very negative one. Do you know what I mean? So like, why is your reaction so negative? So that's 2 red flags. One, what's happened in the past, and why are you having this negative reaction? This negative reaction cannot sit with my being. No. Do you know what I mean? So no, I don't think this person is right for you.
I get it's weird that he's flaring up. There are reasons where he could be, but it's like, why don't you just nip it in the bud and give her the answers that she's also asking for? Because why does she have to keep on asking? So there's that. Why do you keep on asking? What is it? What does that answer? What does the answer provide you in order to keep the relationship going? Because Letitia, in this very short statement that you've given the aunties to deal with, leaving room for lots of ambiguity, is that you want to keep this relationship going. So is this relationship great on all fronts except for when the ex is mentioned? Now,
and
there's
then
so
it
much
goes
you
back
can
to
read
why
into
do
that,
you
innit?
keep on asking about the
like,
ex?
did he leave her for you and now you're concerned? Has he got children with her and now you're concerned? Like, why? Like, there's so much. There's so much in there.
If he hasn't said anything at all and he's angry, that's a problem.
it's weird.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
frigging
weird.
problem.
overall, this don't sound like a good situation for either party to
Because
be
if you're feeling insecure about the relationship that you really want to keep going, Letitia, write back and tell us why you
need
want
more.
Yeah, we
Give us
need
some
more.
points as to why you want this relationship to keep going, that you're willing to
And
keep
to why you're
asking,
asking
and
about
why-
him.
and why he keeps flaring.
Why are you
but that's
also
him. That's
asking
on him.
about the...
She wants to know. I want to know.
Yeah,
Why
she
do you
can't
need to
answer
keep
that.
asking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Dear aunties, I want to go on holiday with my partner. He said that he will plan it, but he's super lastminute.com, but likes to disguise it as being spontaneous. Anna, 30. Guys, you're really
What's
sending
wrong
in
with these little
statements.
sentences, man? Like, come
So
on,
I
man.
want to go on holiday with my partner. He said that he will plan it, but he's super lastminute.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
But disguises that super lastminute.com behavior as being spontaneous.
Yeah.
Let him plan it.
Yeah.
Bro.
Let him
Or
plan it.
Plan it yourself and go by yourself with your
Let him plan it and back up a plan. That's what you do. But let him plan it and have a side little thing where it's like pay on arrival. Do that. And then you can cancel. If he plans it and you go somewhere and it's wonderful, just cancel your booking, innit?
I have to again wondering, like we said to Letitia, is he worth all of this babying?
Why is
But
that
she's
babying?
babying him. He's not baby. He's
because
not.
Because if he wants to plan it, so
Yeah.
that means
Yeah.
every time, because she's like, I want to go on holiday with my partner, but then that to me denotes a pattern of behaviour that he's always super last minute about things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then,
But he said he's willing to plan it. So let him plan it.
but then it's like
Yeah.
every single time in the
Just
life
let-
that you've got to do
But
it.
but he's
you have
willing
to
to
be-
do it.
If that's the partner that you chose
But
and
that's
that's
what
who
I'm
they
asking, is
are,
worth it. That's what I'm
so
asking.
sorry, I would just try to get to the point. If that's who they are, then you've accepted that that's the person
Yes.
that's in your life.
Yeah.
So you know that they're last minute. So you have to adjust yourself. Do you know what I mean? And deal with that situation.
Yeah, I think what I'm saying
That's
is that
it.
if he's worth all that adjustment, that's all.
Let him
That's
plan
what
it.
I'm
But why
asking.
would it be that crazy? It's literally, the thing is, this just sounds like somebody wanting to moan for moaning's sake. Like, you've picked this dude, you know his temperament, he's going to do a holiday that you want to go on, have some gratitude. If he does it last minute, he does it last minute. This is the guy that you're with.
Yeah.
It's just that.
That's it.
I
Let
think
him
there's a
plan
bit
it.
of an acceptance there, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
We're not accepting your moaning.
No.
This is
I wish I had a guy that would want to take me on holiday.
exactly. This isn't where you come
I'm
to
saying
moan.
You was gonna say
Hi.
Oh gosh.
Okay, guys, what's made you sad, mad, and glad this week?
Oh, was that all of them?
Yeah.
I was quite liking these two sentences.
Two sentences.
dilemmas.
I am sad. Sad, mad, glad. I am sad. There is this woman and her name is Bissy and she has 4 children and she's homeless. Her children age from 11 months, 1 year, and 11 months, 4 years and 7 years. Now for 16 days, she's been seeking accommodation and she's been bounced from pillar to post between Lewisham and Bexley Heath, Bexley Heath Town Council, and both of them are refusing to take ownership and take matters into their own hand. She's had to sleep in beds. She's had to sleep in the police station, in the reception desk. She's had to do all of this shit. And this is in a country that just paid 250 fucking million on a coronation. So that makes me very, very sad. I'm mad that the UK want to resume all animal testing.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is 25 years after the ban. They are now going to resume animal testing for makeup ingredients. And I just don't understand or see the point in it. And I just, I don't get it. Like, we just seem to be going
strange.
backwards in time.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know? Didn't they open up a coal mine or something like that the other day as well? Like, I actually don't understand what's fucking happening.
Yeah.
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 So that made me very, very mad.
Not a coal
I'm
mine.
also mad at the Met police officer who was found not guilty for GBH after he paralysed the man when he tasered him. That made me very mad. I am glad that you guys are here, man. I'm glad that we got this little thing up and running. That at Garden Studios #Garden Studios. Yeah, I'm glad that we're here, and hopefully this will be a home for a while.
Yeah,
you know?
we hope so too. Glad.
The littlest hobos. what it's about.
I can go real quick. I'm sad and mad at Brian McKnight,
Yeah.
I think it's just a new fear unlocked on all the many things I'm scared of in the world. There's another one to add to the list. And I'm glad about Brittany Griner. Am I saying her name right again? Griner. Sorry, that's it. Who is now back playing in the I can't say it. Yeah, NBA. Yeah, so she's now back playing in the WNBA, and it's good to see her back on the court.
Yeah,
like, do you know what I mean? I hope she's okay. Mad love to her, man.
Okay, I'm sad. Krishan Rock and Blueface have been at it again recently. She celebrated 20 weeks pregnancy, and then they started a new beef. And he then showed text messages that he sent to her, basically telling her that she should have an abortion because he will ruin her life.
Wow.
It was just the most vile text messages to release to the public anyway. But at the same time, I was like, these guys, I don't even know if this is real anymore. Like, but it was so disgusting. I was like, this is vile. And if he really did send it to you, I don't even know how you're still saying you love this man. But yeah, so I was just really sad for them. I was watching it unfold because they show everything on their stories, like a documentary. Was like, okay, these two are nutty. Also made me mad as well, actually. That was a sad and a mad. And I'm glad that we have started making content for Shade Borough.
Yay!
And it's just really good to have an opportunity for, our Gen X opinions to be out there on a platform like that. So I'm really glad.
Yay.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, guys, thank you for listening, watching. Your Aunties Could Never. Just to remind you, we're at our new home at the Hive in Garden Studios. If you do want a space to record your podcast, create new content, rent office space, we will be showing the details of how you can do that very soon. Thank you. Thank you as always. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. We're on YouTube. We're on all listening platforms. And we'll be back next week. Bye.
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 Bye-bye now.